Single Simulcast is about a lot of things. This podcast may make you laugh, cry, or pound your fists into your desk. If you hear something you like or something you don't, leave a voicemail at 916-572-9016 or email us at singlesimulcast@gmail.com.
1. Single Simulcast.
Hello.
Yo.
What's up?
Niggas. It has been far too long.
I agree.
What the hell is going on? I am happy to hear y'all voices again. It has been far too damn long. What is going on, Mike?
Man, I am good. How are you?
I have damn near drunk this whole bottle of Crown Royal by my goddamn self. I am wonderful.
Well, there you go. Rashani, what's going on?
I lost my job.
Yo, wait.
What?
Not the full time, but the basketball one.
How?
I don't know. They wouldn't tell me why. I was like, they look. I don't know if everybody else does this. I don't. I talk tough. I talk hard. By the way, Single Simulcast episode 296. Shantae's here and Jeremy's here. I talk tough, but as soon as the white folks or the black folks or whoever my manager is, as soon as they say I'm losing my job, nigga, I turn into the Backstreet Boys. Or is it NSYNC? I don't know. One of them. I lose a job and the first question is, tell me why.
Backstreet Boys.
Okay. Backstreet
Yeah.
Good. Tell me why. And they wouldn't tell me. I was like, is there something I did? Like, is there merit for this? Is there a reason? And they're like, we can't go into details, but we're just going to go in a different direction. And I was talking
They might have fucked around and heard the podcast and heard you talking bad about white people.
Took them long enough, but one of my homeboys was telling me, yeah, most likely, and this makes sense. What happens is teachers, once you work at a school or once you work in the district, you have first priority. It's like being the folks who like at an airport, captains and stewardesses get like first priority, and everyone else can get bumped for them. A teacher can say, "Hey, I want to coach now because I need money," and they'll find a spot for them no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And so my homie was saying that's probably what happened to you, and I was like, yeah, probably, because there ain't no other reason for it, unless, like you said, they heard the show. At which point, welcome. You could, after taking the job, you could at least add to our Patreon. I mean, don't just be silent about it.
Northside nigga.
Right? So, there was a guy who just wanted to get a haircut. I'm going to say that. And it didn't go the way he planned it. See, a Brooklyn barber shop's customer's face was sliced open after his stylist shoved him through a plate glass window on Thursday afternoon, police said. The bloody 3 p.m. scene at the Levels Barbershop on Nostrand Avenue in Crown Heights unfolded because the victim was unhappy about his haircut, witnesses said. He threatened to withhold payment, enraging his barber, who allegedly shoved him through one of the store's front windows.
Shit.
Quote,
Wow.
quote, he didn't see the push coming, said Free Small, 39, another barber at the shop. All his body weight went through the window. Small didn't believe the barber meant to hurt the man. Quote, you don't know how bad a situation's going to get before you even react, he said. And even though you ain't mean to do it, it's done, end quote. The shove launched the customer forward through the window. He stayed upright, but the glass ripped his face open. I said, get over here. This guy's bleeding, said Donald Romulus, who I know they call him Romulus. They don't call him Romulus, who's also a barber. Small and Romulus rush to get towels to stop the blood flow. Matter of fact, that's probably their name, Small and Romulus. The stylist who gave the man the heave-ho, ran off. Small and Romulus both insisted they didn't know his name or how to reach him. He's a barber in their shop, working aside them every day, but I don't know his name.
Romulus. Sounds like a fucking Game of Thrones character.
I don't know what happened. I ain't saying nothing to nobody. I ain't no snitch. I don't know what happened. Quote, I would have fixed the dude's hair. I would have fixed the dude's hair for him for free, especially if I knew it was going to be a problem, Small said. I think it's a learning experience for everyone. Communication is key. Medics took the victim to Kings County Hospital. I have questions. Question number 1. How didn't they know that Luke Cage was working in their barbershop?
All right. You know, Rashana, it's been a minute since I've been here, and I come back, and the first thing you do is you out here wilding, and you know what? I feel right at home.
Second question. Second question. If he was unhappy with his haircut at first, did it get even worse after the glass cut pieces of hair and skin from his face and head? Third question. Is he gonna leave a review on Yelp? This feels like something you review about.
Wow. You on Yelp, like he got the cuss like I mean, he got a cuss like how Samuel almost cussed at the end of Infinity War and post credits dispute.
I asked for a skin fade. Instead, I got faded and skinned.
Hey, that motherfucker look like Leatherface now from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The crazy thing is, he didn't leave a tip.
Oh my God. No. I can't help but think about like the situations, especially with women when they get their hair fixed and how they're afraid to tell their stylist like, hey, you messed up, and they pay for it, and then they come back and, you know, they're telling everybody what happened, and they're like, oh, you should have walked out without paying. It's like this dude tried to walk out without paying and got his face sliced open.
You know, because first of all, you got to size your barber up. Check for tattoos. If he's got a teardrop under his eye, just take the L. If his name is something like Brick,
Squad,
Gangsta Mac, or
Gangstalicious.
Nah, Gangstalicious, I ain't worried about that nigga. You just mad because your ass is old. I ain't worried about that nigga right there. But or Big Daddy Mac, or anything Big Daddy. I wouldn't ask. And if I'm small enough to get shoved through a plate glass window, I might whisper about it later on, like, hey, let me see that mirror real quick. And then I just stare at a spot until they noticed it. But I'm not going to say, nigga, you fucked my whole lineup up.
You got to do a reconnaissance on your barber. If the end of that nigga's name is anything ending in bus, for example, Nevadius, don't trust that nigga.
Exactly. And if you see that the last 3 niggas' hairlines is all messed up and they don't want to say nothing, I'll wait. I got a seat open. Nah, dog, I'm all right. I got an appointment. Hey, I got a seat open. It's okay, man.
You got to hit that nigga with the curve that Rihanna hit Drake with at those awards. Dab on that nigga.
I got a seat open. Nah, dog. See, because my barber, I've known him since I was born, and
I've loved this barber since I was 14.
He's the only one who knows the way that my hair lays down. Look, I know I'm not white, but I got a cowlick, and like I just found out about those. I just found out what a cowlick was like last week. One of the guys in my job was talking about it, and I was like, "What the? You mean like a salt lick? Like one of those things that the deer gnaw?" And they were like, "No, it's a cowlick." And I was like, "What the hell is a cowlick?" And they were like,
"That's the signature hairstyle for like that annoying white dude in IT."
They all had it out there, and I didn't notice till it was too late. But they were like, "It's where your hair grows out of," and I was like, "I don't think that's how it works."
If a black dude got it, you have to call it a nigger quick. Nigger quick.
Yeah, I thought a cowlick was just like your hair doesn't lay right. Obviously, if you're white, it's just it lays the opposite direction than everything else. Like it's a piece of your hair that kind of is just doing whatever it wants to do, and you can't really do anything about it. That's what I thought a cowlick is.
Yeah. Okay. You say that, it still don't make sense to me. Even when I close my eyes, it just
Yeah, it's just like a piece of hair that's like flipped a different direction, but it's like right at the front.
If you know that, then you speak fluent white person. That's all it is. Just be proud of yourself. You know their secrets, because I didn't know what it was. I thought that it was just, like I said, something for cows to lick. It's not that difficult. I wasn't that far off. I wasn't trying to be inventive or anything like that. I literally just thought it was something for a cow to lick. And they were like, "No, it's this thing right here." And I was like, "Oh. Ew. Ew. So, Jeremy, you weren't here for this, but I have to ask you this question. Do spoilers ruin the movie experience for you?
No. No, they do not. And I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is about Infinity War.
No. It was just a poll that I had online. I've decided that one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to take polls from everybody, have them vote, and then talk about it online. But apparently, for all of the hemming and hawing that people do about spoilers and spoiler alerts and all that, niggas don't care.
They don't. Okay, so we talked about this on Ratchet Ramblings and on Crown and Collars. And on Crown and Collars, me and Bianca have very differing opinions about spoilers, and I just let her cook.
But please continue.
Yes, but see, here's the thing for me, myself personally, being the nigga that is I. Spoilers have never ruined shit for me personally, because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I already knew, kind of, sort of, who was going to die in Infinity War, but I didn't know how. But I already knew who was going to die, quote unquote. But it still didn't ruin the experience for me because I didn't know how. And honestly, even if I did know how, for me, spoilers don't ruin shit for me. That's just me personally. I get that it ruins it for some other people. According to this poll, Rashana, somebody lying, but, we're just going to run with it. But I get it. I'm not mad at people for not wanting a movie spoiled. But here's the thing, and this is my opinion, and, my opinion may be unpopular. My opinion, you might not agree with my opinion, but it's my opinion, and you're not going to fight me about it. So, you will be all right. For me, my opinion is that spoilers are not wanting something spoiled, quote unquote, is selfish. And it's okay that it's selfish, but at least own that. Because listen, think about it like this. You are wanting somebody to not talk about something that they experienced on your time clock because you didn't see it in the time that they saw it. That is selfish, in my opinion. Like, you cannot put someone else's excitement and happiness on your timesheet. That's unrealistic. Like, nigga, if the shit come out Thursday and I see it Thursday and I want to talk about it Saturday and you ain't seen the shit until Tuesday, nigga, by Sunday night, nigga, fuck you. I'm sorry. Like, I want to talk about the shit. Like, if you don't want to see me talk about the shit, mute me, block me, unfollow me, mute everything. Like one of my good friends, Curtis, says, why can't you just log off? That's what the fuck I did. That's when Black Panther came out. I didn't see it opening night. I saw it like maybe like the day after, or it came out with that Thursday. I saw it that Saturday. You know what the fuck I did? I logged the fuck off because it would have been selfish of me to be like, you niggas don't talk about Black Panther and spoil shit for me because I didn't see it when y'all did. That's just so stupid. It's stupid. I'm sorry. It's stupid. You log off. Log off. Log off. Mute, filter. Do your due diligence. If you know spoilers ruin it for you, you are well within your right to not want a movie spoiled. But also know this. Don't nobody owe you shit. If niggas are excited about shit, niggas gonna talk about that shit. Never in the history of niggerdom has niggas ever not wanted to talk about shit that excited them. Wow. And you ain't gonna be able to stop that with your 280 characters. So if you don't want shit spoiled for you, I understand. That's put entirely in your right. But nigga, take your responsibility and log your motherfucking ass off and do some shit that you enjoy doing until you able to see the shit, then log back on and converse with niggas. Because, listen, in this here dancery, I'm going to talk about what the fuck I want to talk about if it excites me. And I'm sorry that you wouldn't be able to see it at the same time I did, but I'm going to tell you why it's fuck Star-Lord forever and a goddamn day, and you just going to have to be big mad. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
All right, now.
There you go.
Because that nigga messed it up for everybody. But please, Shantae, go for it.
I understand, because I probably should have logged off during Black Panther, but I wanted to be mad at niggas talking about it on Friday morning and Friday night. I wanted to be mad because I was sick and I couldn't get out to go see the shit. I was mad at niggas. I'm gonna stay mad at niggas, but at the same time, yes, we all like if it really gets your goat, you should just go ahead and log off. I definitely was muting motherfuckers while I was still on Twitter because that's my hobby. That's my pleasure. Yeah.
First of all, that's a lifestyle. Okay, first of all. Second of all, Shantae, you not wrong. Listen, sometimes you just want to be mad at niggas. And niggas give you plenty of reasons to be mad. But you own that. That's the difference, Shantae. You own that. See, the problem with niggas is niggas want to be mad at niggas, but niggas don't want to own the fact that they want to be mad at niggas because it makes you a bad person, quote unquote. Listen, sometimes you have to be walking in your truth, okay? Sometimes you have to walk in your truth and know that you're just going to be mad at niggas, and that's okay. All right? Sometimes you just gonna log on to it and it's gonna be a nigga and an Abby that say something stupid and he look like a foot. And it's gonna make you upset. And that's okay. Because niggas that look like foot usually say inflammatory shit that makes people mad. And you gotta call that motherfucker the ugly motherfucker that he is and then go on about your business. It's fine.
Woo! There you go.
So, yeah, I personally don't care about spoilers.
Because I'm gonna see the shit anyway.
Basically. The only way I'm gonna get mad is if I'm sitting down to watch the movie. Like I'm literally sitting down. I got my movie pass. I'm in the theater, and it's all quiet in the theater. And my wife is eating popcorn, and I'm eating popcorn. I'm about to put my my arm around her back or whatever, so we can sit back and relax and watch this. And out of nowhere, somebody says, in the midst of the quiet and the silence and all that, Bruce Willis is dead.
Right, and that's what I was getting ready. That's what I was getting ready to ask about. Because, like, is there a difference between the type of spoiler? Is there a difference between the type of spoiler? Because there are, obviously, you could just talk about what happens in a movie, just as far as plot is concerned. And if there's not some crazy, wild twist, you're just talking about what happened in the movie, and people consider that a spoiler. And then there's shit like The Sixth Sense or any of these thrillers that where you're watching the movie for up to a certain point, and then there's like some wild, crazy twist that you weren't expecting, and that's a different kind of spoiler. So I guess I'm wondering, do you differentiate between those type of spoilers, or is it, because like as far as movies are concerned, because I don't know if I would if I really, really care about like shit like Game of Thrones. Like if I couldn't watch Game of Thrones, I probably would log off. Because the shit that happens in that show, sometimes the shit is a surprise. It's one thing if you kind of know, well, so and so's kind of, it's been kind of like if like you didn't know that Jamie was gonna get his hand cut off in that episode when he got his hand cut off.
He got his hand cut off?
Yes.
He did?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Are you watching it? Did you watch Game of Thrones? Are you watching it?
I was about to say, I don't know, because you know Rashana, I don't know if he being serious or not.
Right. Well, spoiler alert, motherfuckers, Jamie got his hand cut off in that episode. I won't tell you which one or which season, because I couldn't tell you which one or which season. But he got his hand cut off. But that was one of those situations in the show where you thought it was going to go one way, and it went the complete opposite way.
Because I had a bunch of jokes lined up just then, but I was like, wait, this is Rashana I'm talking to. I don't know if that nigga serious or not.
I knew he got his hand cut off. We synced it. I was like, he ain't going to be able to jack off right anymore. Because going with your left hand's awkward. Like, he going to need his sister to do it for him.
Oh.
Give himself a stranger.
Oh, man, that's still one of my favorite little breaks.
Yo, wait. Since we push pause, speaking of Game of Thrones, did y'all see the promotional photo?
No.
For next season?
No.
With all the skulls?
Yes.
And the skull with Cersei's crown?
Yes.
Hell yeah, nigga.
Yes.
I was like, that's right. Long may she reign, but not really, nigga. Listen to me. Let me tell you something. I have never hated a motherfucker more than I hate Cersei Lannister. Listen, that bitch gotta die. I'm sorry. She got to die.
But, bruh.
No.
Let me speak the virtue of Cersei Lannister real quick.
Wow.
No, I will fight you, Rashani.
Wow. Okay, let me get ready. Let me prepare myself for this Cersei.
Let me get another drink, because it's about to be some bullshit.
The Cersei truthening. Let's go.
For 1 second.
Let me get my drink. Let me get another shot of this Crown Royal, because you about to be on some bullshit, and I need to be inebriated to understand this shit.
Just for 1 second. Allow me.
You finna go full Kanye.
Allow me to honor the second pettiest motherfucker in all of Westeros. She don't forget shit. She nuked an entire town. That is so fucking gangster. Her son jumped out the fucking window. That was greatness. She don't give a fuck about nobody but herself. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. I just think that the things she does are fucking hilarious. That's all. Like when she got with the sand snakes and like kissed the daughter and then left.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. That shit had me shook. I was like, ooh shit, you evil motherfucker, but god damn if that ain't brilliant.
And then put them next to each other and was like, just watch.
I ain't gonna lie, that had me shook, because I was like, you evil motherfucker, but god damn, that is genius.
Look. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. I didn't like her ever since she got Bram thrown out the window. But
Yo.
Real talk. To an extent, every bit of fuckery that she's done is because somebody fucked with her first. They walked her through that city saying, shame, 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 shame.
And then this bitch blew up the whole goddamn city.
Exactly, because everybody laughed at her and spit on her. She's petty as shit.
She is one of those villains.
Is she though? But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
This Game of Thrones show is type of carrying on.
The only thing about that whole shame shit, like the shit, and obviously she did come back and she blew their asses up, but she initiated all that mess by trying to get Loras in trouble and trying to get Marjorie in trouble for their for Marjorie's shenanigans.
See, Marjorie
and for Loras being homosexual.
Yeah.
So that was her. She initiated that shit and then thought that it wasn't gonna come back around on her and her shenanigans. But then the High Sparrow came back and was like, well, we want you too.
See, Marjorie was playing chess and Cersei was playing checkers, and she thought shit was sweet. She thought she was. You know what Cersei was in that scenario? Cersei was one of them women on Twitter that be like, couldn't be me. Well, actually, sis, it actually could be you, and it actually was you. But see, the thing was, when that kind of shit happens to crazy motherfuckers like Cersei, they go on the deep end and nuke the whole goddamn city.
Right.
I just want to be real quick. I just want to point out the fact that at any given moment, Cersei can walk past all of their graves and say "scoreboard, motherfuckers."
That's true. I mean, and that's really what it comes down to. Like that whole thing with her blowing up the sept and how she's done pretty much people that have come against her, whether she's initiated it or not. She is masterful in that sense. She is masterful in that sense. At the same time, though,
she dumb.
Yes, she is dumb. She puts herself in like these really awkward positions that other people are kind of getting her out of. You know, like she's not getting out of them alone. And now, granted, other people aren't getting out of them alone, but she is definitely not getting out of them alone. She has the mountain. She has Qyburn. I mean, it was Qyburn who found out that the wildfire was even under there to probably, it was probably Qyburn who came up with the plan, who probably knew how long the candle needed to be under the sept to burn and all this different kind of stuff to get, old boy under there. And so he could see him, see light flash before his eyes as the green flames hit his face and everything.
That scene was so damn chilling because of the music.
Oh yeah.
It's the scenes like that that put a smile on your face and then make you forget the fact that she
basically Trump. Basically.
Yeah. Cersei is the person who will hear the truth and be like, that's fake news.
Yes.
This bitch, listen. This bitch, the last season, this bitch was like, nigga, this bitch saw a white in her motherfucking face and was like, no. Bitch, what?
No, like we still gonna fight these niggas. That's what she was on. We still gonna, like, yes, the dead are coming. Bitch, we still fighting these niggas. The game ain't changed. That's how she was.
She was like, nigga, if these motherfuckers win, I don't give a fuck who on that goddamn throne. It ain't gonna matter. And Cersei was like, oh, so sad. Girl, what? Are you dumb?
What we gonna do? She pulled, and I know, I'm usually alone in this one, but E40 has this song called "The Art of Storytelling," where one of his lyrics is exactly what Cersei said to Jeremey when she was like, "Nah, we gonna kill all them niggas." She was like, "Yo, look over there, act like we ain't tripping."
Listen, Jeremey be on some fuck shit too, but I feel that Jeremey has at least, I'm not gonna say redeemed himself, but he a lot damn better than Cersei. This nigga told her, nigga, if the dead win in the north, they come and kill us all. If the people John Aegon Targaryen Snow, and then win, and they find out we betrayed them, they come down and kill us all. There's no way we win in this shit. And Cersei was like, bet. Girl, what?
Put something on it.
She was. But I will say this. Okay, so I agree that in some ways Jeremey has redeemed himself and everything. However, he still pushed Bran out the window, and that's really that's always my focus. He pushed Bran out the window. Because another thing, something that kills me, I guess, about this is about the show, and it's them. The idea that a man gets to redeem himself and this woman gets to be just this terrible, like the idea that all the things that Jaime has gone through and his, are redeem him. But Cersei's lost children. She's lost 3 children, 4 children. Had to have an abusive husband, marry somebody who didn't really love her, find that out at the beginning of the marriage, stuck to it, dealing with a dad who's basically verbally abusive, don't give a fuck about her, not treating her well and all this, like she's had really bad things too that happened to her, but she doesn't get redemption, even though her brother gets redemption, for his shit. Oh man, King Aerys was going to tell him to kill his dad. Like he gets that moment in that bathtub, with his hand cut off and everything. And he's telling Brienne how conflicted he was, in that situation. And I feel like that's where the redemption begins, because he's crying in that water. But Cersei doesn't get that same kind of redemption. She doesn't get that same kind of, well, what about it? And that's why I'm like, Jaime pushed Bran out the window. They're both a problem as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to pick one. I don't want to pick one over the other, knowing that they're both in some shit.
I want for Arya to kill both of them.
Listen, Arya's a bad bitch. I'll get to her in a minute. I don't disagree with that, Shantae. What I will say is this. Throughout the whole show, Jaime has struck me as someone who knows the right thing to do, but went along to get along. Cersei don't give a fuck. Even with the shit that happened to her, she like, I'm looking for revenge. With Jaime, it's like, I know the right thing to do, but I'm too chicken shit to do the right thing, so I'm gonna just go along to get along. And now he finally trying to like halfway sort of kind of get some balls and do the right thing. Cersei don't give a damn about doing the right thing. She like, listen, all of Westeros can burn long as I'm on top and before it burn. And I think, I'm not saying it's right, and I don't disagree with your point, but I think that's at least the character difference between her and Jaime. But both of them are trash. It's levels of trash.
Sure, and I definitely can dig that. I can dig that. I think for me sometimes the passive person can be just as bad,
if not worse,
as
that's true.
As the other person, because then it's got me thinking about this whole thing with that Aaron Schloss dude, or Schlossman, however you say the gentleman's name, the racist lawyer,
okay,
who in New York City, who said what he said to those people, and then he was getting chased around by the Daily News and New York Post or whatever, and then another woman comes around, Julia. I'm not going to say this woman's last name. I don't know her last name. You know where the tweets are. You can find it. But she comes around and is talking about, well, what if it was your friend, who, was getting treated like this? Like, I know what he said was wrong, but this whole mob mentality thing is a problem. But it's just like, but you co-signing, you not you trying to act like you're not co-signing this dude, but you co-signing this dude. Like, you need to let this dude take this L. Because if you're not letting him take the L, it looks like you co-signing. And I guess that's what it is as far as like with Jaime. It's like the idea of him not knowing what the right thing is, but still not doing it. Yeah. Feeling some kind of way about it, like that kind of thing. It's just like, when you die, it'll be cool too. It's okay. Yeah. I appreciate you going out on a limb for Brienne fighting that bear and everything. That's cool. But when you go, it'll be your turn, and I won't cry.
Yeah, I like I said, I don't disagree. Cause on the other hand, it's like, nigga, it took you this damn long to see how much of a crazy bitch Cersei was.
Look, pussy.
Well, hold on, wait. I'll take that back.
No,
I'll take that back.
No,
I'll take that back.
No.
It took you. No, wait, hold on, Rashana, because I'll take that back. It took you this long to act because he been once he came back and he knew she blew up the Sept, he was thinking about it then. But it took him this long when the White Walkers come to act on leaving. Because you could see it in his face, that scene when he came back and he saw that she blew up the Sept, he was like, this bitch is crazy. But he didn't act on it. He waited until the White Walkers come to act on it, to act on how he knew that she was a crazy bitch. So
she know how to roll her hips. If any, I mean, look. All
right.
Look, if
all right.
He's upstairs while the king is downstairs. He upstairs having sex with the queen, who's also his sister. She got to be able to do something. And it's going to continue long. Like, look, we were doing this while the king was here. We done had incest countless times and had 4 incest children. You know what? At this point in time, I'm going somewhere that's not going to be pleasant. I'm just going to stay here inside of this good, warm, gooey snatch.
Help me.
We are going there, I see. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, he was addicted. I've seen people do strange things, ignore horrible things for pussy. I've seen it.
Yeah. And or dick.
And good dick. I've seen it. So I'm just gonna say, Jamie never came off as the smartest person in the room.
Yeah, even his own dad said he was dumb.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cersei, on the other hand, is a cunning, plotting white woman, born with a scepter of white privilege in her right hand and a goblet of white tears in her left.
Yo, she weaponized her tears like a motherfucker.
Doesn't she? Isn't it just wonderful to watch? She is literally...
Hell no!
No, it's like I know white women watch her and they're like taking notes, like, ooh.
Right?
Ooh. The only tears she had that I actually believed, the only tears that she ever had that I might have believed in was when she found out her daughter was dead.
Talking about Marcella?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it. Every revenge act she had for Marcella, I believed all of that. Marcella
was the only. Well, Marcella and Tommen were the only good damn not Targaryens. Lannisters. Yeah, they were the only good.
Or slash Baratheon in quotes.
Right. In quotes. Well, I mean, I love my nigga Tyrion. I know he problematic in his own way, but I love my nigga Tyrion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Like they said on "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker," they'd have to kill him on the toilet, though. Or was that CB4? That was CB4.
Listen, I was cheering like a. Listen, when Tyrion shot that motherfucker on the toilet, I cheered like a motherfucker. I'm like, yes,
he deserved it. He deserved it. But see, that's the problem with sowing seeds of discontent in people that you love. It was only because my whole thing was, as far as the story was concerned, it was one of them was going to kill him. Any one of them had a reason to go ahead and kill him because they all cared about him, but he acted like, he didn't give a fuck about them. It was just their love was holding them back, and he finally broke Tyrion before he broke the other ones, and like that's who did it.
He was like the Joe Jackson of Westeros.
You ever think about how easy it is to die at work? I think about this stuff now, thanks to Tyrion killing his daddy on the toilet. I think about stuff like this because I don't like my coworkers enough to want to see them. So my cubicle has an area where I can turn and face the wall and look at my iPad or whatever it is I want to do where I'm not paying attention to them. Somebody could walk through the door with a loaded rifle and point it at my back, and I'd be listening to Tony Tones, It Feels Good, as I get shot through the neck. Because I don't fuck with my coworkers. That's how bad it is. Like, I'd be able to hear the danger as it came in, but I have these noise-canceling headphones that I keep on my ears all the time. Because I don't want to hear their talking. And so when everybody else got murdered, the murderer could literally walk around, kill everybody, lay down, take a nap, get up, fax something, make some copies, go to lunch, come back, open the door, close the door, walk up to me, stare at me for a while, look at me on the board behind my head, and then when I finally got up to leave my office at 2:30, they'd be standing there to shoot me in the face.
This got dark real quick.
I think about that sometimes, but I still don't turn around. I don't fuck with my coworkers. I'm willing to take the risk.
Keep your head on a swivel.
Fuck them people.
Why are we here? See, this is my type of carrying on. See, I don't get to talk about Game of Thrones on podcasts enough. So, why are we here? Jon Aegon Targaryen Snow.
He's another one who does dumb stuff for pussy.
Bull. Or just in general. Bless his heart.
I love Jon, but goddamn. It's some niggas you root for, but you like, goddamn, you stupid. And that's Jon for me. I want to love Jon so bad, and I do. But goddamn, if he don't make some dumbass decisions, like nigga, you could have just lied to Cersei. She already a stupid motherfucker. You could have just lied. Goddamn. You ain't learned nothing from your daddy, quote unquote. You ain't learned nothing from Ned. Like, sometimes being honorable don't get you nowhere. Just lie, my nigga. Just lie. Just lie. Especially, listen, you can't be honorable with dishonorable motherfuckers. This bitch is a Lannister. This whole family killed and conspired against your family. If that's the last motherfucker you should be honorable with. Lie, Jon, lie. Everybody was looking at that nigga like, nigga, Tyrion, Daenerys, everybody was looking at that nigga like, nigga, lie. What the fuck? Even the dragon. Even Drogo was looking at that nigga like, lie.
Oh, man. But you know, he got, I mean, part of that is, I'm sure, just his TV show decisions. You know, he has to stay honest. You know, so his character stays, you know what I'm saying? Because the logical thing would be, yes, to lie. To do whatever you have to do to get, you know, whatever you need from this person, but everything. But he has to tell the truth because that's his character. Whatever.
Nigga renege sometimes, goddamn. Shit.
You know, if anything, you keep him as honest as you can so that whenever that final situation where he has to do something bad comes, he's really making that decision. You know what I mean? Like, there's real conflict with him making whatever that seemingly bad decision is, you know, or whatever.
I'm just waiting for the last fight with him and the Night King. That's all I'm waiting for. Cause nigga, when goddamn Viserion died, Jon looked at him like, Jon looked at the Night King like, nigga, you, me, right now, what's up?
Okay.
He was mad than a motherfucker.
Okay, so this still Game of Thrones. Circling back to spoilers, are either of you reading or watching videos about people, I guess, speculating or saying that they've gotten access to plot summaries and this and that about this next season? Or either
I got that shit. The last episode of last season, I got some of that shit. It don't bother me. I already know, allegedly, heavy air quotes, some of the shit that's gonna happen, and it ain't gonna ruin a goddamn thing for me.
Okay, Rashani, are you looking at any of that stuff or willing to look at any? Like, is that now? If you didn't know that was happening, would you like seek any of that stuff out?
If I was reading a book by Dean Koontz and a picture of a vagina popped out, I wouldn't be mad that there was a picture of a vagina in it, and I would keep reading. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but anyhow, it was on my mind. I wouldn't be mad because by the time it came around, I wouldn't forget. I just wouldn't know when it was coming. I know it was happening, but I wouldn't know when it was happening. Like it's like when your mama used to call you from work and be like, "I'm gonna whoop your ass when I get home." You know exactly when that's happening. Like, as soon as she gets home from work. But if she says, I'm whooping your ass, but never puts anything else behind it, you got something to look forward to. That's just sweetness. So, I mean, if I know something, there's other shows that get spoiled all the time because of the fact that I'm on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, stuff gets spoiled for me all the bloody time because people get so amped up on Twitter and Facebook that things get ruined. It's okay. I don't know when it's going to happen. It's not that they say at the 44th minute, 26 seconds, the red wedding occurs. I don't know. If that happened, I'd be like, no!
It ain't like somebody got a PowerPoint of what the fuck gonna happen.
Right.
But other than that, no, I'm good.
Okay, so another Game of Thrones question, because I'm here for talking about Game of Thrones too.
Yes, this is my type of carrying on.
Okay, so where do either of you stand on Bran is the Night King? Like, do you think that theory holds any weight or not?
Go ahead, Rashana. I'll let you go first.
I think he better be the Night King. Honestly, I think at this juncture he better be the Night King. Otherwise, he has had the most useless character arc in this entire fucking show. When a nigga who says one word is more beloved than Bran, that's saying something. And I mean, I was worried about Bran, and then Bran turned into that nigga. I mean, I
Three-eyed Raven. Yeah,
the three-eyed Raven, but really that nigga is the Sword of Omens. He just has sight beyond sight, and every time he blacks out, I black out too. He's boring shit. He's got a voice. I don't know if he did it on purpose, but he's got the Bueller voice. Bueller, and then Bran just looks like in real life he's a boring ass unibrow having motherfucker.
Oh,
He look like the type that'll ruin a kickback.
Exactly. He be the one who's sitting around like, you know you're underage, right? Yes, Bran. I'm aware that I'm underage.
No. Wait, pause. Bran look like the type that, like, if y'all at a kickback and rap music come out, rap music will start playing, he'll turn into #ally. He'll be like, you know, this music is really misogynistic and great.
No, even better. He'd be the one who would hear the music come on, and while everybody else is grooving to Today Was a Good Day, he'd be like, you know, I like this better when it was Footsteps in the Dark by the Isley Brothers.
Oh.
Shut the whole fuck up, Bran. Bran, shut the fuck up. Look, Bran.
Shut the fuck up, Bran.
You kissed my whole ass because of the fact that when you and Sansa were talking to each other, you were so cold to her when she was talking about getting sexually assaulted. So, fuck you.
Yo, that was bad writing. That's bad writing.
Yeah, I blame
on that scene. That was really just that was just executed. It just wasn't executed well. But that's also, I think, the two showrunners' problem, or whoever that writing crew, that there's points where it's really good, and then there's points where it falls really short.
Why are we here? I'm glad you brought that up, Sean. Why are we here? Listen. This is no shade to anybody.
It's shade.
I love all of you. I love us for real.
It's shade. He don't like none of y'all niggas. Please continue.
But every critique of a show or something that you like is not an attack. It also doesn't mean that you can't critique something that you like. Because I love Game of Thrones, I love The Walking Dead, but goddamn it, I have critiques about both of them. It don't take away from the enjoyment of the show for me. I can admit when something I like is flawed and point out that it's a flaw, and point out when that flaw don't make no goddamn sense, and still enjoy the show. So with that said, nigga, the conflict that fucking Sansa and Arya had was stupid.
And too long, and drawn out way too long.
It was stupid. First of all, it was inconsistent than a motherfucker because, nigga, Arya was there in season 1 when she saw motherfucking Sansa crying when they were killing they daddy. She saw that. She was there. Why the fuck would she come back and say some shit like, I'll never forget the fucking line. She was like, I saw you there, smiling as our father was executed. Bitch, no, you wasn't. You was there. You saw Sansa crying like a motherfucker. She passed out, and you saw that before, I think the Hound or somebody else covered your eyes when they executed Ned. That whole conflict they had was stupid. It was so goddamn stupid and didn't make no fucking sense. So, and I'm sorry I got animated, but that shit was just so fucking stupid. Now, I'm glad that it ended with the death of Littlefinger, which, honestly, I'm glad Littlefinger died, but if we being 100% completely honest, he could have lied out of that because Sansa had some blood on her hands, too. So, because, I mean, she did change her story from when they had that trial in the Vale of Aaron. She lied then, and Littlefinger could have flipped that shit. But again, writing and that shoulder on everything. But, nigga, the inconsistencies. Like, my nigga, listen. I know that the budget and all that shit, they had to cut back on episodes. I get that. I do. But at the same time, nigga, be consistent. I ain't saying you got to draw out shit like Rashana said, like in earlier seasons. But nigga, be consistent. There is no fucking reason Sansa and Arya should have had beef. And even if they did have beef, nigga, a simple conversation, either on screen or off screen, would have solved it. And the fact that they had to get Bran in the shit with his goddamn Ankh Vision ass having ass. I mean, that conversation, they resolved it off screen with Bran's help, but the fact that they drew it out so long, it still felt like you could have been did this shit because there wasn't no need for them to have beef in the first fucking place. And especially over Littlefinger, my nigga. Littlefinger? He should have been died. I mean, I was glad when Arya slit his throat, but he should have been dead. Jon was finna kill this nigga. Like, the fuck? But I agree, Shantae. No, that's Walking Dead. I was thinking that they were going to have a new showrunner for next season, but no, that's Walking Dead. Walking Dead's going to have a new showrunner. But I don't know. I hope they do okay, but because last season, I mean, I enjoyed it, obviously, but it was just But back to Shantae's original question. I think Bran has ties to the Night King, but I don't think he's the Night King, if that makes sense. I feel like when Bran got too big for his britches and started warging back into the past, I think he, because we already know, like, they established on the show, like, who is the Night King, like, he was one of the first men or whatever. But I think when Bran warged against the Three-Eyed Raven's permission, he warged too far and he saw the Night King being created, but he fucked around and warged into the Night King. So, like, part of him is Bran, and then part of him is the Night King. Because if you remember back to that scene when Leaf put that dagger in the Night King's heart, when Bran woke up out of that warg, he winced, like he felt the shit. So I think he's
okay. So I need to rewatch that because I thought the connection. I thought the whole thing was. It wasn't that he warged into the past, he warged to where the Night King was. And then when the Night King grabbed his wrist or whatever it was, that's where the connection came. And that's where I would think the connection began. But now I need to rewatch that episode of him because that was before he was doing it out of pocket.
Right, that was before. But you're right. But that was before, like that. That by that point, I think the connection had already been established because if you rewatch that scene right when Bran was warging like back to learn and all that shit, like when I think it was one scene where like the Three-Eyed Raven took a nap or some shit because the nigga was old and he told Bran to sit his ass down, but then Bran got too big for his goddamn britches and he warged back into time or whatever, and he saw the creation of the Night King, but. When Leaf put that dagger in the Night King's heart, that first man, when he that it cut off right then, and then it went back to the present. And Bran woke up and he winced a little bit, like the shit that happened to him. I think he warged into the Night King. Now, again, I think he's not completely the Night King, but I think he connected. I think part of himself is like trapped in the past or whatever. Because if you think about it, every time Bran warged now, the Night King know where he at. It's like the two linked together. I think it was one scene like where they went over the wall and Bran was one of the ravens and shit, and he was seeing them marching. And the Night King, he didn't even break stride. He looked up because he knew exactly where Bran was, and then Bran had to like warg out because I think they connected. I think he's part of him is trapped in the Night King, but he's not the Night King, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because rewatch that scene, because if you rewatch that scene, Bran woke up like he winced, like the shit that happened to him.
Okay, so then what if the wince is there? So like, what if there is a connection between Bran and the Night King at that, like obviously through that point or whatever, but it doesn't get activated until he gets touched. You know what I'm saying? Because that's almost what it seemed like to me. It just seemed like they were separate at that point when he's seeing all the other stuff. Because it seemed like he was still warging with the three-eyed raven, even when he saw the Night King get created. So that might be, so that shows like, oh man, he is connected to him. But then when the Night King touches him, that's when it like that switch, he comes on. And now that, like they've always been connected, but when he wargs and does that, now it's on. Now it's, everything's connected.
Now the Night King can trace him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like Harry Potter.
I was going to say, they stole this shit from Harry Potter, and I was mad, and I wasn't going to say nothing no more, because it just popped into my head how all of a sudden that motherfucker Bran's punk ass is a Horcrux, and don't nobody want to talk about it except for us. Fuck that shit. Also, Brandon, warg on out if you love hip-hop. Cersei, kill your children if you love Big Pop. What?
Wow.
We
never
back.
change the shot.
I'm trying not to. We will be right back. This single simulcast.
Hey everybody, this is Gerald Jones from the Buy Black Podcast, and you're listening to Single Simulcast. I've been drinking a whole bottle of wine through this episode. This is the first podcast I've been on where I've been allowed to drink, and I'm loving it. Y'all keep listening.
I'm Amber P. I'm also black, sexy, geeky, and mental. And you are listening to Single Simulcast. Rock on, cool kids.
Hey, this is Charlotte. Black Lives Matter. Belinda Castile, Life Matters. Single Simulcast is what you're listening to.
Hey, this is Rod and Karen from the Blackout Tips. And when Karen isn't beating me, I listen to the Single Simulcast.
This is Single Simulcast with my daddy Rashadi. Peace. I'm a product my own decisions.
You're right. You're a product of your own decisions. This is Single Simulcast. Single Simulcast wants your reviews. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Google Music, or wherever you listen to us. Tag Single Simulcast with the screenshot of your review on Facebook, or use the hashtag SSCast on Twitter. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Hey, I know you're probably wondering who I am. Well, my name is Joy, and I'm the host of Fresh Out the Cocoon, a podcast that gets real about being black and being fabulous all at the same damn time. Trust, you don't want to miss the things that are discussed on this show. So join me every other Sunday as I release new episodes. I'm currently on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Spreaker, and TuneIn Radio.
Who Raised You podcast is a kitchen table conversation between Karen, Jalian Yang, and
Treasure Shields Redmond.
As we explore how culture, family, and intersecting identities pave our way toward liberation, we want to know, who raised you? We're curious and sometimes a bit irritated. Sit down, we have lots to talk about.
Hi, this is your man Jeremey from the Crown of College podcast, and you are listening to Single Simulcast with my man Rashani and Shantae Fabulous, your favorite podcaster's favorite podcaster. And I'm your favorite podcaster, so that should be your favorite podcaster, because I'm your fave, and your fave's fave. Check them out on Single Simulcast. And check out Crown of Collars,
found wherever you can find great podcasts and the CSPN network.
Hello, this is Stephanie from the Mocha Minutes podcast, and you are listening to the Single Simulcast with Rayshani and Shantae Fabulous, your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast. That sounds about right. So, wherever you can find good podcasts, that is where you'll find the Single Simulcast. So please check them out. And while you're there, please check out the Mocha Minutes podcast. All right. See you guys later.
My name is Jordan Redfield Wade.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the so-called People's Champion.
By day, I'm a philanthropist and private investigator.
You risked your own life to try and protect someone who needed it. If that's what's needed to be a hero, then I want to help.
But by night, I protect the people of Newark City in a different way.
My name, champ, is Redwing.
Do I need to count the sheer number of felonies you committed today?
As she lay dying, I promised my mother that I would fight for those who couldn't fight for themselves. And I refused to let her down.
I would do anything to keep you safe, you know that, anything.
Even murder?
If that's what it took, then yes.
I am the defender of Newark City.
Justice is not something you can manufacture.
I am Redwing.
Single Simulcast episode 296. So, spoilers. Niggas don't care at all. Out of 31 votes that we got, and again, y'all can vote for this shit by just showing up on our Facebook page or showing up on my Facebook, whatever. We put them there. Out of 31 votes, 61% of y'all said that y'all don't care about spoilers. So, let me tell you about Deadpool Part 2, niggas.
Let's go.
Oh, it's so it's my type of carrying on.
I'm ready.
So dope. Oh my god. Deadpool 2 is amazeballs. Amazeballs. Niggas, if you get an opportunity to see Deadpool and you don't see it, use a motherfucking cootie.
That is a throwback. I haven't heard that in a long time.
I might fuck around and end up being a cootie because I don't know if I want to pay for Deadpool for a babysitter.
Take your kids with you. Fuck it.
What? I'm not taking my kids to go watch Deadpool.
Take your kids with you. Fuck it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? They gonna see a dick, and then they gonna see people get cut in half, and then they gonna see more dick, and then they gonna see some titties, and lots of blood.
Is it really dicks? Like full frontal dicks, or is it like little dicks or old dicks?
It's a little dick.
It's
just a little dick. Like it's like
a dab of dick.
It's like when the dude drank the anaconda that gives you ooh wee on Black Dynamite, and his dick got little. It's little dick.
See, and that's I'm not here for that kind of. I'm here for like some titillating full frontal nudity, like because the whole thing is it's like small dick. Oh, it's a joke. And look, it's a small penis. Ha 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 ha. This isn't really sexual.
You need a Stormbringer.
It's like if you go do some full frontal nudity, put the meat on the table.
Shantae, don't put that Vera Wang.
Talk about some dick. You need that Stormbringer. Talk about some penis.
She looking for that soul glow.
That there is a dick. That is a tallywhacker.
One of them dicks where your mom call you into the room and be like, see, that's a dick.
Now, see, that over there, that is a penis. This here is a dick.
No. You are a dude.
That is a man.
That is a man.
Y'all wallet. But okay, so how was everybody keeps saying that Zazie Beetz was awesome.
Oh my god. She was incredible. She made the movie for me. Real talk. Zazie Beetz is like, she needs to do more movies. Fuck it. She needs to fuck Atlanta, just walk away. Movies is your future. Go get them. Like, I know, niggas, don't come after me. I don't give a fuck. I cut the cord, so I don't have a way to watch Atlanta anymore. So that's where I'm at right now. This is America. I have no access to cable. So fuck you.
You took the top off the Maybach.
You're right. So Zazie needs to leave Atlanta where she doesn't get enough scenes any fucking way and go get herself one of them $10 million movie roles because Halle Berry ain't getting no younger. Paula Patton's latest movie sucked everybody's dick. And Taraji P. Henson can only do so many movies at one time.
I mean, there's only so many Tyler Perry movies that Taraji gonna do. So I mean,
and I'm really honestly, I mean, it sounds bad, but black actresses at this point in time, we got the young lady who played, who was in the Hunger Games. She's coming up in a movie pretty soon. That looked dope. We got Taraji. We got Halle. We got Angela Bassett. We got Lupita. We got Shuri. I don't even know what her real name is.
Letitia Wright.
We got Oprah.
Yeah.
Well, there's Viola Davis, and oh man, I can't think of the lady's name who won the Oscar for The Help, and
Viola and Whoopi.
Mm-hmm.
Did Whoopi win for The Help?
And Whoopi?
No, it wasn't Whoopi that won. No, yeah.
Oh, and
Whoopi won.
Janelle Monáe.
Yeah. Tessa Thompson.
Tessa.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But as far as skewing towards younger, because, you know, for some reason, we can only have young black women going up against folks Denzel Washington's age. Zazie can be in there. She did excellently. And funny as fuck. And just, like, everything. Like, magical. Like, perfection. And her scenes were like, her scenes for me were like the scenes where Quicksilver was in X-Men. The rest of the movie sucked, but he was great. The rest of this movie was great, but she was greater. She was greater than everything. She was the best. And she stood toe-to-toe with Deadpool when he was talking shit. She flung it right back at him. Like, everything. She was fucking magnificent, marvelous. Marvnificent. So she should just go back and tell Donald Glover I quit and be a part of a franchise. Fuck it. Go be Storm.
Okay.
Also,
yeah, but don't they gotta write better movies though. Like, you don't want to send her to go be a character and they falling short on the story.
But now that Disney has Fox, they can do the X-Men right.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the crossover because
it's gonna happen. I figure.
I know it is, but all the Fox stuff. Good luck, everybody.
I don't want it to happen at this point. Like I know, you know, like comic book wise, like they were all together and everything. I guess for me, it's just like, are you gonna like? I guess if they, you know what, if Disney like rebooted all the X-Men stuff,
they have to.
If they just rebooted everything,
they have to though.
Do they? Do they? Like, I mean, I know they do, like, in theory and everything, but are they going to? Would they? Because if you reboot everything, that's a lot of shit to have to tie back into what you... I mean, like, you know, to tie back into 18 other movies. You know what I mean? To try to put it together and make it make sense and all those different kinds... It just seems like... Part of me feels like the MCU is so far gone that you're trying to tie back in 50, 60 years of history as far as the X-Men is concerned and tie it back into the MCU that already has its own history that I don't know if it's going to work.
I mean, but since they're about to fucking, like, literally, they have plugged our noses and they are about to force feed Captain Marvel down our throat. Now's as good of a time as any. They're starting a new phase. And they did it with Spider-Man. Yeah. They did it with the Black Panther.
Yeah.
They can do it.
Effortlessly at that.
Exactly. Like, they had finished Civil War when they got Spider-Man. They were like, wait, niggas, I got an idea, and wrote him in.
And it worked seamlessly. Like, Tom Holland is Spider-Man as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Somebody else tried to tell me about that other... Like the other dude.
Fuck them niggas. I'm on my.
They were
I'm
like,
on
Tobey
my.
Maguire's the best Spider-Man ever, and I was like, no, Tobey Maguire is the guy from Pleasantville. You better watch your fucking mouth.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire sucks. I guess the whole thing with Spider-Man is just that that's one guy, and they've already established themselves as being able to kind of put people in that world without it necessarily put people in that world as far as like the Netflix stuff. Like they're obviously in that world, and if they wanted to pull them out and have them be more affected by it, they could. So I feel like that whole Spider-Man thing, that's already kind of that idea that you can just kind of drop somebody in an area, even though all this stuff is kind of happening around them, that's okay. Where I'm trying to think about, like, you got to take all the history between, all the stuff between Magneto and Charles. Figure out how you're going to make it work with Jean, all the stuff with Scott, all this different stuff with Storm. Storm ain't even in the, Storm's not even part of whatever was going on with Black Panther. At least at this point, it doesn't seem like it. So it just feels like stuff is past the point of where you could start it, where it almost seems like you can't start it unless you make them kids. You make them teenagers, like it seemed like they tried to do in one of those X-Men movies. One of them.
I think that my reason for wanting it to work has nothing to do with the X-Men. I need the Fantastic Four to be there. I need that to happen. Because Johnny Blaze is my motherfucking nigga. And I need him to be involved in this shit. I need, for some strange reason, him to be walking down the street and run into fucking Method Man. I need that to happen. I need this in my world. I don't know why Iron Man hasn't run the Ghostface Killer yet. I'm kind of mad about that on my own. But if Johnny Blaze shows up with Johnny Blaze, smoking Johnny Blaze, while listening to Cal, I'm good.
I think they can make it work because even...
And they introduced Dr. Doom at some point.
Yeah, because I mean, they already kind of made the mutant thing work, even though they couldn't officially use the word mutant with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, even though Quicksilver dead. Like, they technically mutants, even though they can't use the word mutant. So they can make it work.
I'm just saying, the folks who do X-Men for Fox are old as shit.
Yeah.
They are. They're old. Now's the time to, like you said, just reboot it. Even if, look, ooh, niggas. They're coming out with Miss Marvel, right? They're talking about that. They're going to have the first Muslim superheroine. They're going to have Miss Marvel, right? Okay. This Christmas, I believe, they're coming out with Miles Morales. He's going to be in a movie. It's going to be an animated movie, but it's still a movie. It's going to be there. He's going to be there. They have the Incredible Hulk. But he doesn't want to be the Hulk. Why don't they just take all of this? They got the Vision, who they could take. He just got murked by Thanos, but they can take him and put him into another shell. Why don't they take all this possibility, all this potential, and make the champions? And just like that, you have a younger Scott Summers. And if you have a younger Scott Summers, you got to have a young X-Men group right there with them. No, you don't. Because the rest of them were old. He was dead, and then he came back as a younger person. But if the champions, that would be so fucking amazing. The comics I read, it's like the more I read comics, the more I want to see. Like, it's a possibility now. And it's something that was never available to us when we were younger. But it's a possibility now, and I want to see these things happen. I want to see the Amazing Squirrel Girl. I want to see Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I want to see these things. You showed me Wakanda. This is your fault. You didn't have to do that. And also, as a side note, I just want to point out that I went to Best Buy a couple days ago because I was picking up my copy of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and I also got Spider-Man Homecoming because they had it for $17.99 for the 4K version. Why not?
Yeah.
But you know what they didn't have? They had all of the Marvel movies there on sale except for The Incredible Hulk. They refused to acknowledge that movie, which is why I think that they're going to bring out Amadeus.
You know, like I get the reservation, Shantae, but I think they listen. At this point, I am not doubting the MCU. At this point,
they can have LeBron James in there and they get away with it.
To be quite fucking honest, they could.
They get away with it. They just be like, "Yo, you see when LeBron showed up?" And they made him fucking.
This nigga already a cyborg, so you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Totally fine.
But I feel you, kinda. I just selfishly don't want to listen to it. I hear everything you're saying. I'm just being completely honest. Selfishly, I don't fuck with your idea, but that's because I don't personally want to fuck with it. It's grounded in fact, because they would have to write everybody in like, where the fuck were you when this happened? Why weren't you there for Infinity War? Why weren't you there for this or that or that? Even though they weren't there for Infinity War. But Wolverine was.
Yeah, I would say Wolverine was the only X-Man that him and Cyclops. Him, Cyclops, and Phoenix were in the comic. They were there for Infinity War, and they all died.
And they were going up against, it was him and Drax going up against, it was Hulk and Drax going up against, you know what? I said too much. I don't know how they're going to pull off part 2, because the shit that I saw in Infinity Gauntlet and Infinity War, they've already fucked off a lot of stuff that can't happen unless they bring everybody together.
Yeah. But I mean, they wasn't directly going to pull from the source material anyway. I mean, they were, but wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, they already established, like, because I think I read an interview with one of the Russo brothers. Like, yeah, it's direct. Yeah, it's drawn from Infinity Gauntlet and Infinity War, but, like, why would we literally do a literal direct adaptation from the comic when people have already seen the shit? Like, that wouldn't make any sense. Like, we're going to drive from the source material, but we're not going to do it exactly the way. I mean, even if you look at Thanos' motivation, like from the comic to the movie, it's not a direct. They went a completely different direction.
Oh, Deadpool called Cable Thanos. It was
great. Yeah, that's fun. That's in the trailer. It's funny.
Yeah, that was great. I laughed. Annalise,
and then he called him One-Eyed Willie. And was that in the movie too?
Yep.
Because that's funny too in the trailer.
And then he called his taxi cab driver. He called him Brown Panther.
Wow.
Fucking amazing movie. We went to the double feature. So part 1 came on, we watched it, and then there was a 20-minute intermission where we went and got popcorn and soda refills, and then part 2 came on right behind it, and it was greatness. Anna Lee said that she voted yes about not wanting spoilers, and then she said the same with shows. She can't watch shows or movies out of order either, so any attempts by anyone to force her to do so results in massive meltdowns. She tries not to be that way, but you know. And often she avoids social media when a movie she really wants to see comes out.
See, she's doing the responsible thing, like log off.
Yeah.
You're being responsible. You are doing amazing, sweetie.
Like, the folks who force you to not be happy because they don't want to be happy yet, I can't.
My nigga. Like, it's so selfish. And it's also narcissistic. Like, nigga. I gotta talk like Cat Williams. I saw niggas doing Infinity War. That were so narcissistic that they thought niggas was intentionally going out of their way to spoil your fun. Nigga, we are on Twitter. There is billions upon billions upon billions of people on social media. Social media is literally designed for people to be sociable. Do you honestly think that people are going out of their way to ruin your fun because you haven't had the chance to have the fun that they are having yet?
Wow.
You simple bitch, you. Oh, you simple bitch.
Zach Morris is trash.
Yo, that's the funniest thing that has happened to the internet.
It's one of those things that you see and you're like, I could have done that. Because Zach Morris has been trash forever. I really do appreciate the fact that they point out everybody who never shows their face again in this school, like they must have went off and killed themselves. That's what they say at the end of every episode.
Zach Morris is like the Eric Cartman of TV.
Raymond Lawson Pink, who runs the Jazzy Pup, said, it depends on what is spoiled. I'm fine with little tidbits about the movie, who's in it, maybe even a few lines, but I don't like plotline spoilers. Shane Paul Neal, who does SPN Right, said, I generally try to avoid spoilers and trailers. Damn, how you avoid trailers, though?
Right?
But if I'm
you just don't click. I mean, I think when they pop up on like if you don't watch television, because there's a lot of people who have cut the cord. So what you watch is basically what you click. I think you could avoid the trailers. You just may not avoid people talking about the trailers.
Turn off your autoplay.
Turn off the... Yeah, I guess. I couldn't. I don't know. Like, if I go to the movies, a spoiler, a trailer happens, I expect it. Am I going to get mad because of the trailer in front of the movie?
Well, you go to a lot of movies, though, so it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for you to have this type of avoidance for trailers because you go to so many movies, and so there's a high probability that you're going to see a trailer for a movie that you probably are going to want to see. However, if you don't go to a lot of movies, if you're really only going to see, Marvel movies, because that's where it seems like, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't really seen a lot of movies in the theater, but we did go see Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and we did go see Thor Ragnarok, and then eventually saw Black Panther, and then have seen Infinity War. And I feel like those are the last 4 movies that I have seen in theater. So that's a big gap of not watching movies in the theater. So it's possible that somebody could avoid the trailers, I guess, if they don't go often.
I'm just saying, I don't mind it. Like I said, as long as it's not like the very last thing that happens, like, you can tell me things that I'll probably already figure out. For example, there's a Black Panther 2 already in the works. They're talking about it. There's an Avengers Part 4. There's a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I can put these things together and do the short math that certain people might
they're already in post-production of the second Spider-Man movie.
Mm-hmm. I can figure these things out. What I'm worried about is, did Ned and them other niggas on the bus die? Like, he left the bus, he hopped out the bus and swung away and never looked back, and I figured they got, like, blown the fuck up or something.
Yo, what if the gag is that, because you know how Wong basically said, fuck y'all, I'm out. What if he disintegrated too? So it's like he avoided the whole goddamn movie and still evaporated at the end. That's what you get. That would be hilarious as shit.
Fuck him, fuck Hulk, fuck Star-Lord, fuck Iron Man.
Oh man, why fuck Iron Man? What did Tony do to you? No.
Fucking Ultron.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're still okay.
We could be mad at Star-Lord, but this is all Tony's fault.
Okay, we're still focused on Ultron, and that's what's up.
Nigga,
still focused.
If there was no Ultron, there'd be no Vision. If there was no Vision, there'd be no Infinity Stone on Earth.
Yeah.
Because the Space Stone. Oh no, they took it. No, you're right. They took it.
I mean, even still though, it wouldn't fucking matter because Thanos was coming any damn way.
Yeah, he was.
Earth might have been spared, quote unquote, but I mean, he's still gonna get all 6 stones anyway, and half of the motherfuckers gonna die anyway. So it's like,
yeah, and you know what? It was Thanos who sent the Mind Stone to Earth anyway because he gave the scepter to Loki. Yeah. So it's Thanos' fault.
Yeah, so it's like,
blame Thanos. # blame Thanos.
Yeah. I mean, Ultron, like the destruction and like the following Soviet, the Soviet Accords, that shit was Tony's fault. I'm sorry. Like, I know people hate Iron Man because, quote unquote, hashtag white privilege. Like, I mean, not Iron Man, Captain America. I know people hate Captain America because hashtag white privilege and shit, and I get it. But that shit was Tony's fault. I'm fucking sorry. Like, nigga, you gonna side with the fucking government? Nigga, you are a goddamn superhero. You gonna side with the fucking government. And you, because you afraid that you super motherfuckers can't use your own goddamn judgment. You, nigga, y'all are fucking superheroes and you trust motherfuckers that are not superheroes to check in and control you motherfuckers? Are you stupid, Tony? The fuck are you thinking? So yeah, Ultron was his fault. But ultimately everything is Thanos' fault. But that part of Ultron specifically and Civil War, that shit was Tony's fault. I'm sorry. Y'all can slam the cap all you goddamn want, and some of that shit will probably be accurate. But them goddamn Accords and Civil War, that shit was Tony's fault. The fuck you a goddamn genius. You gonna trust the fucking government. Mm-hmm. These niggas can't even decide whether to put fucking nukes down, and you gonna trust them to govern y'all superhero asses. The fuck you thinking, Tony? Mm-hmm. The hell is wrong with you? You are a goddamn genius, and you on the MCU TV screen looking the fuck stupid, Tony. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was Tony's fault. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But let it not be lost that nigga gave a hell of a goddamn performance in Infinity War. He gave Thanos a goddamn go. Him and Doctor Strange. They gave it all. This nigga Tony got hit with a motherfucking moon. A whole ass moon, and got up sassy than a motherfucker. This nigga was like, say something else, bitch. Say it again. Say it 3 times. Hit me with a goddamn moon again. He gave it all he had. Bravo, Tony. Bravo.
Look, I'm just gonna point out the fact that white men ruin everything. Leave it at that.
I mean, yeah.
Because the Hulk, Star-Lord, Iron Man, they're all white people. Doctor Strange making the decision to give up the stone after saying he wouldn't. Even though in my mind, I'm thinking that that's the one way he saw that they could actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, I hear you, Rashani, but for Doctor Strange, because it's like that.
Doctor Strange came out of. Look, Doctor Strange came out of nowhere like your character in NBA 2K18 in the second season. The first season where they don't let you play much and you got to sit on the bench because they make you do it in my career. But then in that second season where you get to start because so-and-so ruptured their Achilles tendon or whatever the storyline is, it never really changes. And you end up scoring 55 points a game and 17 assists and 12 rebounds and 3 blocks. Yes. And you win MVP and most improved player of the year. That's Doctor Strange.
Yes. Look, that motherfucker gave Thanos a go. Thanos was looking at him like, your magic ass can do all this shit?
And can I give a little bit of credit to Thanos' side nigga, whatever the wizard's name was from the beginning.
Ebony
Maw. He stressed me the fuck out. He bothered the shit out of me. It was just, every time he was on screen, I was just tight. It was just like, he is a problem. He has to go. Like, once he was gone, I just felt relief. Like, I don't even know how the rest of the movie was going to go, but it was just like, he had to die, and he had to get off my screen, because he was bothering the shit out of me.
You know what it was? He was creepy, but he was powerful. Like, he was giving Tony Strange and goddamn Bruce Spider-Man the work, the business. Like, you can't be creepy and powerful. Like, you got to choose between the two.
Not just creepy and powerful, but talking shit.
Yeah, sassy than a motherfucker.
Right. Just talking. I think, okay, I figured it out. And my wife knows this already. I think she figured this out before I did, because, as always, black women are fucking just 5 steps ahead of us. I think I'm attracted to people with sassy mouths.
Yo, I can respect the motherfucker that talk shit and back it up. Right. Now, if you can't back it up, then nigga, fuck you. Right. But if you can back it up, nigga.
I think it's always been a thing for me. Like, growing up, Gary Payton was my guy. And then
that nigga talk hella shit. But could back it up.
Right.
And they didn't call the nigga the glove for no reason.
Oh my god, I'm in love with sassy mouth motherfuckers.
That's why Shuri is my queen, my princess.
Yeah. But really, Okoye was the shit in Infinity War.
Also, too, and as well.
She talked all the shit. Why the fuck was she inside?
Nigga, asking the hard-hitting question. She looked at Scarlet Witch like, why this bitch been up there this whole time? This powerful motherfucker been up there this whole time. And listen, I know, I get it. I get why people blamed Wanda, quote unquote, but fuck Vision. That was all. This motherfucker, the stone had been bothering this nigga for weeks, and this nigga decided to go on a goddamn retreat and shit, just like a black. Vision turned into a black man, cause you know we don't believe in going to the doctor for shit. We'd be done damn near have a decapitated leg, and we'd be like, you know what, I'm good, nigga, I'm good. I ain't gonna go to the doctor. Vision turned into a black man. This stone had been bothering you for weeks, and your ass decided to go to a goddamn rendezvous and fucking Moscow shit. Boy, you not supposed to be stupid, Vision.
I'm just gonna point out the fact that after he finally, after all this work, after all that, how the fuck was he fucking Scarlet Witch in the first place? With his mind? Like, I don't understand. Like, did
he still got hands?
Did he saw everything? These are questions. Anyhow,
Vision was a sapiosexual.
Oh,
that word makes me want to fight people. Anyhow, after convincing Scarlet Witch throughout the whole movie to just blow my brains out, that's all you got to do. Just fuck me good and blow my brains out. You can do this. You know, he was saying it from the point that they left the bedroom. When those two children of Thanos attacked, he was like, blow my brains out. Blow my brains out. Scarlet, you know what you should do right now? Blow my brains out. Right now.
But I still don't blame her, though, because it's like, my nigga, though, you been, like, even Shuri said, like, we don't need the stone. You don't need the stone in order to survive. Nigga, the shit had been bothering you for weeks. You knew these motherfuckers was coming. You waited till the last goddamn minute, then put it all on Wanda. Boy, fuck you.
But when she finally blew his brains out, and not in a sexual way either, ladies, when she finally blew his brains out, Thanos was like, that was so cute. But I'm right here in front of you, and I saw the shit happen, and I got a time stone. I'm just gonna reverse shit and put them back together so I can pull his brains out. If they had done it at the beginning,
you know what? I'm gonna be hashtag. I'm gonna be woke for a minute. You know what the fuck Vision did? Vision put unnecessary emotional labor on Wanda.
Nigga.
He put nigga. You not supposed to be stupid, Vision. This shit had been bothering you for weeks. You knew these motherfuckers was coming. You got Tony, Bruce, well, at that point, Bruce hadn't got there. But nigga, you got Tony, Shuri. You got smart motherfuckers around you, and you not supposed to be stupid. You can survive without the fucking stone. You wait till the last motherfucking minute to try to do something about this shit when you knew these niggas were coming, then put all the emotional labor on Wanda to wrestle with trying to either choosing between saving the universe or killing her loved one, and you could have been taking care of this shit, nigga. Fuck Vision. Then you ain't even had no hands in the goddamn movie. That's the worst part about the shit. Vision was whooping ass in Ultron, and he was whooping ass in Civil War. Coming to this motherfucking movie, this motherfucker turned into the Cleveland Browns and shit. Vision, fuck you.
Well, there you go. There you have it. Fuck Vision.
Fuck
Hashtag fuck Vision.
Useless ass, super useless. Ain't nothing worse than a useless smart nigga. That's what the fuck Vision was, a useless ass smart nigga.
Get your gifted and talented ass on down the road.
Your goddamn multiverse mind having ass, and you ain't useful for a motherfucking thing. Fuck Vision. You got fucking.
It's like fuck you and your IQ. Get out the fuck out of my face,
nigga. Fuck you and your Fenty skin, nigga. Fuck you. This motherfucker got the mind of goddamn Tony, fucking Bruce, goddamn Jarvis, and yo useless ass. You ain't smart for shit. You ain't supposed to be stupid, Vision.
We were really for you.
Wow, you. Yeah, you gonna put all the goddamn baggage on Wanda. This bitch, she don't know whether to laugh or cry. She up here crying in goddamn Faith Evans because she got to choose between saving the universe and killing your worthless ass. Then when she finally do the shit, this big purple bitch got the goddamn cheat code in the time stone and just reverse the shit. Fuck Vision. I stand by the truth. Y'all on social media blaming goddamn Wanda when this goddamn fucking red beans and rice looking motherfucker could have been goddamn had the stone removed or some shit.
Actually, they blaming Star-Lord and you know, we ain't just giving that nigga
that's his fault.
Yeah, fuck Star-Lord.
Fuck Star-Lord.
Fuck Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
And one nigga. And we talked about this on Ratchet Ramblings. If you haven't listened to the episode, it's called Infinity Neck Rings. In theory, because he wasn't gonna whoop Thanos' ass. But in theory, I'm not mad at the why you did it. But the timing and the how, nigga, they could have left after they got the gauntlet off, they could have left you there on Titan and you could have whooped Thanos' ass in theory. Because in actuality, he would have got his ass whooped. But in theory, there could have been a one-on-one and you could have had all day to scrap with this nigga. Tony and Peter had the gauntlet off this nigga's hand. And you wild out over a pussy that was already dead. What the fuck, Star-Lord? She already dead. She already dead. Even if you wanted to bring her back with the Soul Stone, get the damn stone. Then beat this nigga's ass. You gonna wild out him. They had the nigga. And what made it worse was, nigga, it was your plan. You talked all this shit to Tony about how Tony's plan was stupid, and you came up with a plan that fucking worked, and you fucked it up. You stupid ass nigga, you. Fuck Star-Lord. I don't give a damn that it had to be that way because goddamn Doctor Strange, it had the third eye and seen the future, and this the only way it could have been for them to win in the end game. I don't give a damn. Fuck Star-Lord. Because it could have been a different end game, nigga. It could have went right by the comics where Nebula get the goddamn gauntlet her goddamn self. Fuck Star-Lord. You had one job, nigga.
There you have it. Fuck Star-Lord.
Nigga,
fuck
wild
Vision.
out. You wild out over a pussy that was already dead, nigga. What? Ugh. All right, I'm done. To the next. I ain't been here in a while, so I had to act up, but it's fine.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I feel seen.
Yeah.
Shout out to Russ.
While we're mentioning feeling, a 47-year-old woman lost her job after police determined that she put laxatives in a departing co-worker's going away brownies.
That's my type of pity.
Damn. That's not good.
That's my type of care, no?
The company intervened. Huh?
Oh, no, go ahead. I was saying go ahead. Okay.
Oh, the company intervened after they received a tip from an employee. How the fuck did the employee know that the woman planned to put laxatives in brownies she was bringing to a send-off for another worker? When interviewed by police, the 47-year-old initially denied putting laxatives in the brownies, but when informed the brownies could be forensically tested for tampering, she admitted to baking in a cube of laxatives. They can't. They wouldn't waste time and money doing that shit. Though police say that the woman admitted to tampering with the brownies, no charges will be pursued. Police learned from other employees, though, that the suspect denied it, that there may have been some previous tension between the departing employee and the 47-year-old woman.
Wow, so they just let it ride. Well, I mean, yeah, that's bad. I'm sure it makes sense that somebody was able to tip somebody else off, because those kinds of people, they tell the shit. That's really what they tell somebody, because they're not like some criminal mastermind kind of person. Like, they come up with an idea, and so they got to tell somebody so they can react to it, whatever kind of way they react to it. So it makes sense that this person probably came up with the idea and was like, well, I'm going to put laxatives in their brownies. And maybe the person who they told doesn't really think it's true, for real. But then when they see the brownies and shit, they like, okay, but this person might do it. And so they go ahead and tell the shit.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Way back, like maybe even 3-4 weeks ago, I wanted to get some of those sugar-free gummy worms and give them to my coworkers, and then lock the doors to the bathroom and leave.
You know what? Whoever this woman was, when she put those laxatives in there, you know what she was saying? Fuck nigga free in the night.
I'm just saying, you gotta be
fuck nigga free in the day. Okay, I just had to get that out. Sorry, continue.
I'm just saying, you had to be in a pretty bad spot to be like, this is my only response.
That's some Cersei Lannister shit.
Right. Because she wasn't her enemy wasn't gonna be the only one eating the brownie.
Right. I think that's what's really messed up, is that because that's what, at least is when you were initially telling the story, I was definitely looking for multiple people being hit by these laxative brownies, but obviously nobody ended up eating any of them. But yeah, I was definitely expecting the whole floor or whatever
damn it,
being sick.
Oh, god damn it. Fucking look, white people. Oh, god damn it. So there was a shooting in Santa Fe earlier today. Santa Fe High School. At this point in time, they're saying that there's 10 people killed. There's 10 people dead. Four minutes ago, it was reported that there was a shooting at a Mount Zion High School in Clayton County, Georgia. Multiple people have been shot, and one woman has been killed. This is the world we live in.
We
can no longer, at this point in time, there's no excuse for ignorance. There's been a school shooting. There's been enough school shootings to account for every single day of this year. And nothing's changed. Protests don't change anything. The politicians are in bed with NRA. They're not going to change anything. And we just keep waiting for the world to change itself. Something's got to give. This is getting fucking ridiculous.
It's just like at this point, if you're a thoughts and prayers motherfucker, fuck you. That's kind of like, we're gonna get a whole ass, we're gonna get a week of thoughts and prayers, and white folk, the motherfucker that white folks selected already done had the most done already had the most just insensitive ass remark as far as this tragedy goes. But that's the motherfucker that white folks selected because they was so mad that a nigga was in office for 8 years. It's just at the end, beginning, and middle of the day, I blame white people, and that's it. That's where I stand on it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard. What? It's hard for me to get all the way to get my thoughts together on this and everything because it just keeps happening and it keeps happening, but people won't doing it. People. Well, I don't even know if we're desensitized to it. I think I'm sure some people are. I'm sure some people are desensitized to it. I think it's not so much a desensitization as helplessness. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's what it feels. It feels like it's more helplessness, because we live in, a country where it feels like our government doesn't listen to us on all types of different things, on all types of different things. And so you feel helpless in that respect. And then here's this situation where, people are getting killed publicly, children are being killed. People are being killed. Left and right, just like Rashadi said, it's been enough for every day of the year. And it's just, in your heart that you don't want to, that you don't want to kill anybody. Maybe the people around you don't want to kill anybody. Probably people, a lot of people in your city don't want to kill anybody. But you can't, and all of y'all agree that, all these AR-15s don't really need to be out on the street, for some random motherfucker to get them, and lie about, well, not lie, but to say that they're hunting, and they're hearing these people who actually are hunters saying like, that ain't really a hunting gun. You kind of on some bullshit and everything. But, it's just, there's all this stuff out there showing that this is wrong, that this shouldn't be happening. But it's like you can't make anything change. Or at least that's what it feels like. It feels like, because like they do those polls and stuff. They talk about how people want gun control of some sort. They do polls and it's the majority of the people want gun control. You got people saying nobody is coming to actually, no one is coming to your house to take your gun. But it's just kicking the can down the road. Just waiting for the next shooting to happen. It's like maybe it is desensitization, like you said. Because it's just, we're just adjusting to it. Like we're just, we're teaching our kids how to, what to do. Our kids are having drills, shooter drills. These kids over here, even though it sounded silly, they're being told to throw rocks at the, if a shooter comes in the classroom, throw rocks at them and everything. Even though it sounds silly on the surface, but I think that is a thing where they say like you throw, stuff at them to kind of distract them, to help the other people get away.
Yep.
That kind of thing. So, yeah, it's probably both. There's helplessness, and like Jeremy said, and then there's this desensitization, and then an adjustment, and trying to figure out a way to adjust to it because stuff isn't going to change the way we want it to. So we got to figure out a way to live with it.
I'm tired of coping. And you're absolutely right. There's too many things that happen that we're just like, oh, that's just the way it is now. Happens once and we're like, that's just the way it is now. Wait, what? 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 That's not, wait. How's that? Wait, what? And how they take both of these motherfuckers peacefully? How they taking people alive? How's that working? Is that something new? Is that an option? Is there a code we got to put in, like up, down, left, right, BA? Like, is there something I gotta do for you to take us peacefully? Because the dude that shot up the school had pipe bombs and shotguns, and he had a walking ammo packet. Like, he had a backpack full of just stuff. He had a Mary Poppins bag full of ammo, basically. And they took him peacefully.
This nigga was prepared for the zombie apocalypse.
Exactly. And it irritates me on two different levels. Level one is the fact that it keeps happening. It just keeps fucking happening. No matter what we try and do, they don't. Politicians don't look. White folks, black folks, Eritreans, Hmong, Hispanic, Latino, Indigenous Americans already know. Politicians don't give a fuck about you, no matter what side they're on, no matter what. They're not going to care. And somehow, some way, the people who keep becoming politicians lose their ability to empathize with you. I think it's because they sell their souls to all of these different companies in order to get to where they think they need to be at. But it doesn't have to be that way. They don't have to sell their souls. They just keep on leaving you behind. So I used to say stuff like Clean House 2018. I still say stuff like Clean House 2018, but it's really not going to make a difference because everybody is selling their soul to get there. There's a dude who lives down the street from me who is currently running for an office here in Sacramento. It's local. If I vote for him, I bet you he's going to sell us out. I don't want him to. I like him. He's a really nice guy. I'm just certain he's going to do it because the last guy that we voted in the office that I knew personally immediately sold us out and helped to explain why Blue Lives Matter. He's a black guy who went to my church. I looked up to him. He played for the Raiders. Really nice guy. Politicians aren't going to save us. And the people who want to be politicians aren't going to save us. They're just looking for somebody to pad their pockets. We got to save ourselves. That's really it. Shit is fucking irritating. I blame Star-Lord.
Fuck Star-Lord.
That's really it. Jeremy, got any shout outs?
Yes, I do. Shout out to YouTube. Y'all are out here. I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all are doing amazing things. I hate that it's been a while since I've been here, but I'm glad to be back. Hopefully I'll be back more often for my monthly, scheduling and shit be conflicting and shit from when y'all record and when we record, but happy to be back. I'm proud of y'all. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to everyone that supports the Single Simulcast because y'all should. You should also give them money because they are awesome. And if you don't, you probably a fuck nigga. I also would like to say fuck Star-Lord. We're going to keep reiterating that. Fuck Star-Lord. And fuck you too, Vision. You useless ass smart nigga. But yeah, shout out to everyone that is just out here trying to survive. Life is hard. Life be lifing. Shit ain't right. Shit ain't fair. But, we cope. We try to cope. And, you do what you can do. So, if you found someone that can kind of help you through this shit, whether that's a romantic partner or just a friend or a family member, someone or something or some people that are like really in your corner, hold on to those people. Love on those people because life is bullshit. And a lot of us, we just here so we don't get fined. And there's nothing wrong with that because life is not fair and it be lifing like a motherfucker. So shout out to everyone that's just trying to make it. Yeah, that's really all I got. Continue to listen and support Single Simulcast and also Ratchet Ramblings and Crown and Collars. And that's all I got.
Amen. Shantae?
Well, as usual, Shout out to our people that fuck with us. Share the show. Listen to the show. You know how I do. Also, this is a shout out, but not really.
Oh, man. Leave Jarman alone.
No. To motherfucking Josh Denny, who has a podcast. I think he's on the Food Network, too. How about this? The straight white male is not the N-word of this century, motherfucker. It's not. It's not. Like, you probably will never hear this, but just in case somebody else agrees with this motherfucker, the straight white male, the term straight white male has not become this century's nigger. I'm gonna say it out loud since y'all, if you scared to say it, nigger. That's not it. That's not it. It's not the same. You're not gonna die if somebody says, oh man, you're a straight white male, I'm not really interested in your point of view. You're not hurt. You're not losing your job. Just nobody wants to listen to what the fuck, listen to your little diatribe about whatever the fuck you talk about. Deal with rejection, motherfucker. It's okay. You'll live. Stay gold, pony boy. Like, relax.
Shantae Unchained, ladies and gentlemen.
God. I got a headache. Oh, shit. That's not fair. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Why is this song going through my head now? Nothing gold can stay. Why, Shantae?
Why? You are amazing, sweetie.
Why? That's one of my favorite books, Shantae. Why'd you do that? Ever since you got off that wine a couple weeks ago, you have not looked back, and I love you so much. Oh my God. I forgot what I was gonna say now. I do want to say this. I do. It's important to me. Thank y'all. Thank the fuck out of y'all. Thank each and every one of y'all, ratchet, nasty, dirty motherfuckers. We appreciate the fuck out of you. And here's the reason why we appreciate you, deviant motherfuckers. Before November the 1st, 2017, we had gotten on Libsyn, and we were like, we're going to get on Libsyn. We're going to fuck with it. We're going to see what's happening. And I sat there, and I never wanted to look at any of the numbers because I didn't believe that we would have the numbers that my mind was telling me that we deserve. See, my mind fucks with me. It still fucks with me. It's fucking me right now, but I'm like, fuck it, so let's go. And in February and in March of this year, I looked at the numbers, and I was like, why'd I even look at that? Like, we're not doing what I expected to do. I'm going to shut down Libsyn. It's not even worth it for us to have this up. Oh, you beautiful, beautiful, evil motherfuckers. February, we had 153 downloads on Libsyn. March, we had 291 downloads on Libsyn. In April, we had 2,082 downloads on Libsyn.
Oh, big.
Wow.
And in May, which we ain't even halfway, well, we're halfway done with it officially. We're at 1,872 downloads. You ratchet motherfuckers, you.
Go, best friend. That's my best friend. Yes. Fuck it up.
Like Bernie Mac said on his show, when you hitting it right, they will point out everything y'all hitting it right. So I'm about to point it out. Oh, you slack jaw motherfucker.
Okay, Rashad.
Oh, you big toe having no toenail needing motherfucker. Oh, you pissy bed not washing your ass, smell bad motherfuckers. We love each and every one of you. Even you, and you, and you, and we appreciate you. Thank you for sharing the show. Thank you for telling folks about the show. Thank you for loving the show. Thank you for hitting us up. Thank you for leaving reviews. Thank you for just supporting us. Thank you for walking with us. We walk with you. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. I didn't expect to have to give this award ceremony speech right now. You unvarnished, unwashed masses of motherfuckers, you. Y'all are the best. All you the best. Did you wash your ass today? You're the best.
Yo, PSA before we go. Niggas, wash your ass.
Right.
Don't be a grown ass man and not wash your ass.
Right.
It's 2018. Wash your goddamn ass.
Yeah.
And really, literally.
Power clean that motherfucker.
Literally do it. There is nothing wrong with soap plus a clean washcloth.
Give it a good rinse.
And getting up in those nooks and crannies, folks.
Get into the nooks and crannies and wash your ass.
Especially if you're presenting those nooks and crannies to other people to, deal with in those types in sexual ways. Don't do that. Don't present yourself to people without, doing your due diligence to, make sure everything is clean and presentable for that person. Love yourself, love your partner, even if it's just for those, 15 or 20 minutes or whatever your time is, love yourself, love your partner.
Like my daddy used to tell me, just step into the shower and hunch down like you a catcher. Just get down in the catcher's position and just wash your funky ass.
You nasty motherfuckers.
Wash your ass and get under your armpits. Like, niggas, there's literally no reason for y'all to smell like all outdoors. There's none. You can't give me one reason why I can't tell when the parade to stop moving because I still smell horse. You can't explain that to me.
Smelling like a pig's titty.
Smelling like... Wait, what?
See, Jeremy done went to country.
Oh me. Champion me.
Delete that footage.
What are those?
Real talk. Now that we've got listeners, I can finally start doing shit like this. I am going to start buying digital copies of Black Panther. And we're reaching episode 300. If our iTunes was reset by forces out of our control, but our iTunes was reset. If we can get to 100 reviews by the 300th episode, I will give away 5 copies of Black Panther. Just like that. And if you go on other places to leave a review, I'm okay with that too. Just email us at singlesimulcast@gmail.com and let us know you left a review. And we'll go find it.
If you leave a review for Single Simulcast, I will, if you have a podcast, I will guest on your podcast and act the ass.
It is now the 18th of May. We'll be doing episode 300. I am hoping at this point in time, it's either going to be with Josh and Matt, Young Shipway, on our 300th. It'll either be them or it'll be the Rainbow and JV, Mr. Hyde.
Well, we gotta have it be the Rainbow. I feel like she's called dibs on the 300th. She's had dibs on the 300th epised for months. So I mean, it really is good. I think it's gonna have to be the Rainbow and JV, and that's just really probably gonna be the end of it. And however it falls in the schedule, like if we have to add it, put it right before whatever's normally scheduled or whatever, it's gonna have to be the Rainbow. She is called dibs on that 300 episode. The Based Mod World Podcast Tour. Hashtag is she's got to be on. For that 300th episode. So however it falls, it's gonna have to be her.
She will fight a nigga. So I don't know if you want no problems, Rashani.
Oh, I want 0 problems, big fella.
And she's supposed to have I think she's gonna have a podcast coming out at some point. So Yeah, I think it's supposed to be happening. I think she's trying to make it happen soon. So, yeah, she's definitely got to be the 300th episode.
Yeah, she can do it. I mean, like I said, I am, either way it goes, I am happy as fuck. But if y'all get 100 reviews by then, if we get 100 reviews, 5 digital copies of Black Panther will be sent out.
Yeah, so that means if you're listening to this show and you know someone who has listened to the show, then you need to tell them that they need to leave a review. Or if you share the show, emphasize that they should leave a review so that Rashani can give away 5 copies of Black Panther if we get 100 reviews on iTunes. And if you have a podcast and you leave a review, Jeremy can drip molasses on your podcast.
There you go.
Stays dipped in sauce. Molasses sauce. Molasses isn't a sauce, is it? Fucking California. This is Single Simulcast, episode 296. We getting close. We worked hard for this shit. Y'all be good. We out. Peace.
This is Single Simulcast.